Good morning, dear learners. Myself, Yogesh Kanade, lecturer at Dhue Charitable Societies, Institute of Pharmacy, Devpur, Dhue. Our today's topic is anti-malarial drugs. Malaria, it is a disease which is caused by parasitics or protozoa. There are various diseases which has been caused by protozoa. Nearly 45,000 of species of protozoa are available. Among them, some of them are parasitic. For example, a single cell protozoa, that is Amobia. The occurrence of these protozoal infections is more in poor, undeveloped or developing countries rather than in developed countries. The human beings which are living in undeveloped or developing countries are more prone to the parasitic diseases as compared to the human beings living in developed countries. The reasons for parasitic diseases are overcrowding, poor sanitization, and negligence to provide health education are some of the important causes or reasons responsible for parasitic diseases. These diseases are easy to acquire, difficult to eradicate, and reoccurrence or relapse is very common in human beings. If you see in this slide, I have given you a table. First one, I have specified in the first column name of the parasitic infection, and in the second column the name of the protozoa responsible for that infection. First one, amoebiasis, caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Malaria, four species of protozoa are responsible: Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria. Blandidiasis, Blandidium coli. Giardiasis, Giardia lamblia. Leishmaniasis, Leishmania donovali or Leishmania tropica. Trichomonasis, Trichomonas vaginalis. These are the various parasitic infections caused by protozoa or parasitic protozoa. For your syllabus, you have two diseases which has been caused by parasites. One is malaria and second is amoebiasis. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about malaria and the drugs which are used in treatment of malaria. Malaria in human beings is caused by the infection with protozoan parasite of the genus Plasmodium. In human beings, malaria it is caused by a parasitic protozoa named as Plasmodium. This Plasmodium species spends a sexual phase in human beings while sexual phase in female Anopheles mosquitoes. Four species of Plasmodium are responsible for causing malaria in human beings: Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, and Plasmodium ovale. What are the symptoms of malaria? Fever, nausea, vomiting, chills, delirium, anemia, and jaundice. Symptoms of malaria are: a person will have fever, that is 3 to 4 days fever, vomiting, nausea, chills, delirium, anemia. Anemia occurs, this Plasmodium species causes destruction of erythrocytes. Therefore, a person may suffer from anemia. Jaundice, that is accumulation of bilirubin due to breakdown of hemoglobin and plasma constituents for amino acids. This Plasmodium species requires amino acids for multiplication. To get this amino acid, it causes breakdown of hemoglobin and plasma constituents Due to breakdown of this, excess amount or accumulation of bilirubin takes place. Therefore, a person suffers from jaundice. If you see the life cycle of malarial parasite, as I have told you, the sexual cycle takes place in female Anopheles mosquito and a sexual cycle occurs in human beings. See, I have divided this two parts. If you see it properly, in the center of that I have drawn a line. Below that, the various phases or the cycle takes place in a infected host. Insect host means it is taking place in female Anopheles mosquito, and the upper part that is taking place in human beings. The cycle or the phases which is taking place in insect, that is a sexual cycle, and the part which is taking place in human beings, it is a asexual part. Now what happens? This female Anopheles mosquito feeds on vertebrate blood. Malaria infection is initiated through the bite of female Anopheles mosquito, which releases immature sporozoites into the human bloodstream. As soon as a mosquito bites the human beings, the sporozoites which are which are stored in the salivary gland of the mosquito, they are released in human blood, and these are known as sporozoites. After a time of 10 to 12 days, these sporozoites which has been released into the blood circulation will proceed towards liver. After proceeding towards liver, they get entry into the parenchyma cell of the liver. From the blood circulation, they will reach towards the liver of the human beings. After coming to the liver, they will get entered into the parenchyma cells of the liver. In parenchyma cells of the liver, these sporozoites will have continuous or repeated nuclear divisions and will multiply and develop into schizonuts. This schizonuts which has been formed will again release approximate 20,000 merozoites into the blood circulation. This stage is known as pre-erythrocytic phase of infection. Now in malaria, always remember that the pre-erythrocytic phase is always free from any kind of symptoms, while it is the erythrocytic phase which is responsible for sign and symptoms of malaria. Further, the merozoites which has been released will get entered into the blood circulation, and after entering into the blood circulation, it will invade erythrocytes. Erythrocytes are invaded by merozoites for the three reasons. The first reason, for survival of the parasite, that is for growth and multiplication, it requires hemoglobin and plasma constituents which act as a source of amino acids. Second reason, for rapid multiplication of merozoites, it requires purine bases like guanine and adenine which are obtained from erythrocytes, and these purine bases are going to be utilized for the synthesis of parasitic DNA and RNA. And the last reason, in parasitic protozoa, for nucleic acid synthesis, it requires pentoses and phosphates. हे तीन reasons आहेत की ज्याच्यामुळे the merozoites which has been released into the blood circulation will start inventing your erythrocytes. Inside erythrocytes, the merozoites continue to grow. The merozoites undergo asexual multiplication which results into formation of daughter cells. These daughter cells which has been formed from merozoites are known as secondary schizonuts, or they are known as tropozoites. Due to repeated multiplication of secondary seizonates, erythrocyte will rupture and will release approximate 6 to 24 merozoites into the blood circulation. These merozoites, which has been released into the blood circulation, will again invade fresh erythrocyte, and the cycle of asexual multiplication is repeated again. This stage is known as erythrocytic phase of infection. Further, erythrocytic merozoites develop into male and female gametocytes. Such infected blood, when ingested by female Anopheles mosquito, gametocytes undergo reproduction with the gut wall of the insect or within the gut of the insect. From that, the resulting zygote through the various stages of development will give rise to infective sporozoites. Sporozoites again get localized in the salivary glands of the insect and will enter the human blood circulation when the infected female Anopheles mosquito bites a healthy person. This is the life cycle of malarial parasite, and this cycle goes on repeating. In short, we can say that first of all, sporozoites are stored into the salivary gland of the mosquito. This mosquito, when bites a human being, these sporozoites are released into the human blood circulation. After a time of 10 to 12 days, these sporozoites will proceed towards the liver and will get entered into the parenchyma cell of the liver. In this parenchyma of the cell of the liver, there is continuous growth and multiplication, or you can say nuclear divisions of sporozoites takes place, and from a single sporozoite, after nuclear division, whatever has been produced, it is known as primary seizonates. These primary seizonates, further upon rupture, is going to release merozoites. These merozoites will get entered into the blood circulation. After entering into the blood circulation, it will invent erythrocytes for three reasons. First one, for growth and multiplication. Second, for synthesis of parasitic DNA and RNA. And third one, for synthesis of parasitic nucleic acids. These merozoites will again have nuclear divisions, and from a single merozoites, daughter cells are formed. These daughter cells which has been formed are known as secondary seizonates. These secondary seizonates will again release merozoites into the blood circulation. These merozoites which has been released into the blood circulation will again invent the erythrocyte, and the life cycle will go on repeating. After that, a mosquito which bites a person suffering from malaria, when the blood is sucked by a mosquito, in the blood whatever gametocytes are present, that gametocytes are also sucked by the female Anopheles mosquito. These gametocytes, after going reproduction process, gets converted into zygote. This zygote further gets into the development of sporozoid, and these sporozoids will again get stored into the salivary gland of the female Anopheles mosquito, and it is going to bite a healthy person. It is again going to release the sporozoids, and the life cycle of malarial parasite goes on repeating. I hope you have understood the life cycle of malarial parasites. Now, as we have seen in the previous one, that 4 species of Plasmodium are responsible for infecting the human beings. According to these four species, some signs and symptoms of malaria differ from species to species. Let us study one by one. The first one, Plasmodium falciparum. Out of 100 cases of malaria, 20 to 25% are caused by Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium falciparum causes malignant Terratarian form of malaria. Terratarian form of malaria means the fever is going to repeat after the third day. It also causes death in human beings because Plasmodium falciparum can easily enter into your CNS and invade your central nervous system. This species destroys larger number of blood cells causing anemia. It also can penetrate in the tissues of certain organs like brain, spleen, kidney, etc. That is your first species, that is Plasmodium falciparum. Second one, Plasmodium vivax. 70% of the cases are caused by Plasmodium vivax. It causes benign Terratarian malaria. Benign Terratarian malaria means the fever, that is reoccurrence fever, is going to after the second or the third day. Plasmodium malaria. It is responsible for occurrence of quarter 10 malaria. Quarter 10 means the fever repeats after every 96 hours and it is the milder form of infection. Means Plasmodium malaria causes a milder form of infection in human beings. And last one, Plasmodium ovale. Plasmodium ovale is responsible for mild Terratarian form of malaria, but this species is more commonly found in West Africa. In India, most of the cases of malaria are caused by Plasmodium malaria or Plasmodium vivax, and very rarely you can see malaria caused by Plasmodium falciparum. Now, anti-malarial drugs or anti-malarial agents. The drugs which prevent or cure the infectious disease malaria caused by Plasmodium species are known as anti-malarial agents or anti-malarial drugs. जे ड्रग्स मलेरियाच्या ट्रीटमेंट किंवा प्रिव्हेंशनसाठी आपण यूज करतो, वी कॉल them as anti-malarial drugs. Example, chloroquine, quinine, amidoquine, etc. If you see the classification of anti-malarial drugs, the first class, that is quinolines, having a quinoline heterocyclic ring. Quinoline heterocyclic ring means there is a fusion of two six-membered unsaturated rings and nitrogen heteroatom is present at the first position, that we call as a quinoline heterocyclic ring. It is further subclassified into three classes: cinchonoalkaloids, quinine, quinidine, cinchonine, cinchonidine, that is obtained from the cinchona bark. Second one, 4-aminoquinoline. At fourth position, amino group is present. Example, chloroquine, amidoquine. 8-aminoquinolines, that is now the amino group is present at 8th position. Example, primaquine, pamaquine. Then the second class, 9-aminoacridines. Example, mepacrine, quinacrine. Next, 2,4-diaminopyrimidines. Example, pyrimethamine, trimethoprim. Bigonidines, progonil. And the last one, that is miscellaneous. Example, mefaloquine. Anti-malarial drugs can be classified on the mechanism of action also. For example, effective on sporozoites. They are known as sporozoitosides. Example, pyrimethamine. The drugs which act on schizonoid stage in pre-erythrocytic phase. Example, primaquine, progonil. The drugs which are acting on schizonoid stage in erythrocytic phase. Example, chloroquine, quinine, amidoquine. And the drugs which are capable of killing the gametocytes. Example, quinine, primaquine. In today's lecture, we have studied malaria, causative agent, sign and symptoms, life cycle of malarial parasite, and definition and classification of antimalarial agents. Thank you.